Joyce Life on Echo Television International. Are you enjoying your day? Are you having a good time? Are you having a swell time? Well, I was just thinking, you know how a lot of times you just experience something and then you just conclude that that's how it is and that's how it has to be and things like that. You just you just say, okay, so because these people are like this, or because I've met this person that does things this way, that means every other person that comes from this sphere of life is automatically like that. Yes, well, that's what we'll be discussing today. Generalization. How much do you generalize and how detrimental is it to you? And I have my personal squad here to do justice to this topic. I have Engineer Tony. Good morning.
Nakwana gang leader. Everyday squad. Nakwana gang leader. Good morning, gang leader. Jamima, so we are in a gang, we are not aware.
We are not aware.
Gobe people and Shakara. Oh, I mean Prudence and Shakara. She's where?
Why?
I couldn't believe I was on the same set with her.
No, as in. But I don't want to generalize. So
No, we can't.
Prudence and Shakara.
Oh wow. Okay. I don't understand why from the beginning I'm being attacked. But
Just introduce the people. Let's
Okay.
take it.
My name is Joyce. Joyce Jakada.
she doesn't even. She wouldn't even allow me to. Okay. All right.
Jemima.
Oh great. Okay. So
Let them introduce you. Let them introduce
And
Oh,
you.
Prudence
Miss
is seated
Prudence.
right there.
Welcome. We're
I'm
so
not-
glad to have you.
wow.
It feels good to have you, Joy.
Okay. I'm not going to. I don't have a comeback to that. So
Next
let's
step.
just continue. I'll have it next time. But let's just continue the discussion. Generalization. I'm tempted to say that's how plateau people are, but
Wow. Let's just close the show.
Okay.
No, you get it so much.
Exactly.
You know, one time I was in class and then the lecturer just entered, and when he entered,
Secondary school, you cannot kill a lecturer.
university, and lecturer entered.
You went to university.
Haba.
No, it's a question.
As
You went to university. No, you're always talking about street smart. Street smart. I thought.
even in the university, you need it.
Okay.
This
Oh,
man,
you really went to the university. Wow.
so me have become
No,
student like
a
this.
lot of things are not agreeing to that fact about you.
Generalization. So this man walked into the class, and then when he entered the class, there was a lady seated in front, and she's very fair, like she's fair, light skin. I say, "How are you?" She said, "She's fine." "Where are you from?" And she said, "She's from Abia." I say, "Wow, do you know that Abia people are very dark skin? How come? Did you bleach?" And the lady said, "No." He said, "Do you also know that people from Abia are very dirty?" The girl just squeezed her face. You know she cannot respond to him now. He's the lecturer. She just squeezed her face. That's a typical example of generalization.
yeah.
He might be joking with her, but then a lot of us have had experience with one or two persons from certain region, certain culture, certain group, or even gender, but we tend to generalize. That's how plateau people are. That's how people from. That's how ladies are. That's how men are. That's how you say school is calm. Like all these are statements that you just generalize. Oh, you people want to appoint so person from so place. This is how they are. But what are you using? What is how many people did you sample from that place that you came about this conclusion? At the end of the day, when you want to ask the person, how did you find out this? And you just find out that, oh, at so stage of his or her life, they stayed with somebody from this place. Just one person. And then you even find that even among parents too. I want to get married to somebody from this state. My unifa. Oh, they are witches and wizards. They used to kill, they used to do this. Or they will tell you a lot of things. And then how did they come up with this? Either story from somebody or their own personal experience with just one or two or few people. And then they just decide to generalize that out of the 1-2 million people from that place, or out of the uncountable number of people from this gender, this is how everybody is. But a lot of times it's tilting towards the negative, even though some of the generalization might be positive, like you hearing that people from this place are very intelligent, well schooled, and all of that. So sometimes it's positive, but a lot of the times it's tilting towards negative. And the sad thing is that it becomes a stereotype for people from that place, that they feel this low self-esteem when they come where people are, because they don't want to even identify where they are coming from, because of the stereotype that has exist because of generalization. So I think this is very important topic to discuss, so that we can help a lot of people out there that are dealing with low self-esteem because of the stereotype that has been meted upon them.
You know how you were talking about intelligence? I was going to say, I've heard that, yes. It's been said that
That
people from my side of the world, of the country,
Who
are
said
very
it?
intelligent.
Who?
A
Give
number
me
of
four names.
How many
phonemes.
research? No,
I
no,
have-
just let her be, just let her be.
Alright.
That's fine.
But I'm going to give you the four names. I was about to give you the four names you asked.
Until she came to
All
your
the four
rescue.
people are from the same local government and
No.
the same
I'm
village.
from the same family.
Oh my goodness.
When are we
okay.
starting this show? When
and
are we
you know-
starting this show?
It's time. Let's go ahead.
Please, let's start the show.
Okay.
Let's be the serious people we have always been. Don't change the rating of this show.
And
Okay.
you know, generalization has led people to their doom, either because of personal experience or because of what people said. And before I would decide to say this is how these people from this place are, this is how these people from this place are, I should have had experience. But you can't depend on the experience that you have, even if the experience is at 10. The number of people living on earth are so much, so you can't just decide to say this is how they are based on your research, based on your experience, based on hearsay. So you shouldn't even do that. A lot of people have had to suffer one negative thing or the other because of the negative generalization that Joyce talked about. You find people saying people from this particular part of the world are known for hot temper. People from this particular part of the world are known as woman beaters. When they get married to their wives, they beat them. People from this part of the world are known to be lazy. When they get married, their wives will be the one to work, to do all of that. So because of that, they have had to suffer one thing or the other. And I feel that generalization also means judgment. You're practically pronouncing judgment. You are the judge. And you know the Bible verse that says, do not judge or you too will be judged. You don't know what others are also saying about you.
Hallelujah.
But then I think it shouldn't even
That's a
happen.
pastoral angle. Go ahead.
From high places.
You shouldn't even generalize if you don't want another person to do that to you. Even if another person will do that to you, you shouldn't do it. Two wrongs do not make a right.
Why can't we just deal with people based on who they have shown themselves to
Exactly.
be? You don't have to say people that are from this place behave this way. Well, anywhere you go to, there's something common amongst the people.
Both
But there are
negative
people who
and
grow up
positive.
to say, hey, I have decided that this westernization is going to affect me. So I don't want to be a bougie person. Because my people are very local. They believe in this, they believe in that, they believe. So I want to be.
Generalization. This
Exactly.
is a typical example.
True.
I don't want to
I'm
be
giving an example. I'm giving an example of someone who came out of the bougie nation. They don't have a nation. The bougie local government. So but of a truth, there are people who have decided, like, you know, as we all sit here, you know that there's something common amongst your people, amongst your people, amongst your people. Something that is very common where I come from is a man is married. He would take, our men can take good care of their family very well. But it's difficult to find out that they don't have women outside. It's difficult, extremely difficult. We grew up, it's a norm, like a woman will know that this is her husband's babe. but he provides, he does all of these things. And if you go, we didn't know witchcraft where I come from. It's recently that we are beginning to hear few stories of it. We didn't know witchcraft like other places. No, we didn't know. Even if it was practiced in a very subtle and quiet manner. Is there wickedness? Yes, but this issue of witchcraft, we didn't know it in my place. Let's talk about prostitution. At some point, girls had what they wore for you to know that this is what they do. At some point, she's on a bike, you stop her, she stops. How far? And then you talk. She's like, no, it's not, this one is too low. Let me go somewhere else. You understand? But now, westernization or modernization or how things are done has made everyone almost not knowing how the other people are. You see, with the advent of technology, social media, internet, all of these things, people learn dressing. Now you don't even know who is from where. In those days, by people's dressings, you know where they are coming from.
Even those marks don't exist.
Yes. I remember talking about marks. My mother one time told us a story when we were growing up. That she brought their tribal mark is 3 here, 1 here. Some people have 1, 2, 3 here.
Yeah.
So she brought this. What do you call the marker? She brought someone who makes the marks. So immediately my father just came in from work and he said, who is this man? He said, Mezanini. He said, what did he come to do that? She now said that he came to give the children tribal marks. He said, oh, your own village? Oh, he said, yes. He said, okay. So he left her the man outside. So he came inside and he said, you have paid the man? He said, no, she will pay him when he's done. She said, okay. When he's done, pay him his money, let him go. Once he leaves, you clean it. Since he has come, allow him to do his work, but when he leaves, you should clean it. That was how we didn't get tribal mark. Maybe you wouldn't have known me because that mark would have been shielding me. Imagine that I have one
But
mark
I'm
like
not
this
just on
and I have
sorry.
see, violence is allowed on this for good if you have good reason. So you see, a lot of things have changed because people are becoming more modern than they ever were. If you go to a place like Borno State, you see they are sharing boundaries with several countries. You still see people with turbans moving up and down, selling shai, that's tea and all of that. You see, it's natural with certain people to be that way. They cannot give up their culture for anything. But for you to say the people from that place are like this, are like that, no, you can't generalize. You can't generalize. My wife was telling me, she said her people, they are envious. She's from there. If you have a husband and your husband is going out with another, she can stab the husband to death. She can kill herself. She can go and kill the other woman. But that culture is dying out. Because one of them did the same thing in Abuja recently. I heard that she died too. She killed her husband because she found out he was cheating. So she stabbed him. She killed him. She went to prison. I think last year she died. I think so. Yes, I think so. She died. It's common of them. They can do anything diabolic to keep their husband. They don't share and all of that. So that time, when you meet a lady, how are you? I'm fine. Where are you from? Borno State. Okay, well done. You just turned the other way around. You have changed your mind from talking to her because you know that you are not aware of who they are. You are aware that you have tendencies to cheat. If not, why will you be afraid?
Exactly.
Do you understand? So people have decided not to be associated with terrible cultures of individuals. Like you can just say where I come from. Once you are getting married, like if you go to Nasarawa State, that beans that they used to do in particular places, they must do it. If not, you either not have children or you have and they will die. People keep saying that. And I know people that have married abroad. They have not done this thing. They are still living well. They are still living well. You know. So if somebody hears that you are from that place, he knows that your life as his wife is attached to certain diabolic things.
And I think one of the reasons why people do that attachment is because of this is the environment you grow. So whether you like it or not, there's the influence of that environment on you. And that is when they say people from this place are rude, these people from this place are arrogant. Like you see it in some of the people from that particular place. Why? Because over time, because they grew up in that environment, it was more like that's what is being practiced, that is what is obtainable.
It's not
in
a
that
problem
place.
in their
So
community.
they didn't see it as anything wrong. But like you rightly said, the world is dynamic, things are changing.
Mhm.
But why are we still holding on to that belief? Like down to families, like there are people that will tell you this particular family is this way, but you can't hold the past like against somebody, and you still say because your great grandfather has experience with somebody from this village, so all of them are like that. Things are changing. The world is evolving.
Look at how
And-
you are dressed.
Mm.
You can't go to terminus and somebody can guess your tribe.
Mhm,
No, you can't.
mhm.
They can just say, she looks like Yoruba. You know, Joyce looks like Yoruba.
A
you
lot
know.
of people say that.
She looks like Yoruba from Ogbomosho. And you look like Igbo.
From Abia.
You know, Prudence, you look like an American. You know, it's like that.
You know, some part of people from some part of this country, like they are known with pride.
True.
There's one of the generalization in the
Yes,
pride,
yes.
pride. But thank God that they're evolving.
No, the gospel is reaching them. I know the people we are talking about. The gospel is reaching them. So
Exactly.
because of how she's dressed, it's difficult for you to say she's from XYZ place, even though she looks like. See, that's a guess. But what happens is she's wearing something that says proudly in gas or proudly Birom. And then she has this their green and red scarf and you know, and she's like at the back they wrote in Zembirom or Pusdum. Oh, what's your own day?
Remeze.
I can say that. I can say that. I can say that. See, whatever it is that she said, I cannot say that. You know. So, but if you dress like Anaguta, I'm proudly Anaguta and all of that. Naraguta girls, they don't even need to ask you if you are Anaguta. Naraguta girls, look at you. You are so proud of your culture. Well, I'm not even from. I'm just wearing it. See, they have assumed they are generalized. But when in those days, when my mother walked past, you know that this woman is from Kaduna State, or my father walked past, you know that this man is from Plateau State, or because people dress based on where they came from. But you see, we're talking about modernization. Some people have agreed to accept it. Some people are still struggling to accept it. There are people that are still living in caveman days. Some people still want to have their skin and all of that. There are people that traditionally still tomorrow. Till tomorrow. You see, so you cannot wake up and start generalizing stuff. Do you know, Joyce, there are people that don't even generalize based on where you come from. Say, you say you are a graduate. Yes. Where did you school? National State University. Ashao!
Oh, yes.
I can't marry any girl from that university.
True.
Oh,
You
I've
just say-
I've
you just
actually
say-
heard one from. Okay, what did you study? You say mass communication. Nope, not mass com. I cannot deal with anybody that is a media person.
You
Yes.
see, why? Because they talk too much. Media people, they talk. Before I say one, I say it's part of their training. You can never win her in an argument. What if she's different? What if she is a lawyer but she read mass communication? Because people decide. You know, it's only in Nigeria that you wake up and say, I must do law. What university did you attend?
University of Joe.
Unfortunately, I can't insult that university. Your own is what?
Hey, NTA.
NTA College. Okay, they just say that's a very good one.
A lot of stereotype.
I know someone that hated me without meeting me face to face
Because you were in
because of
TV
the
college.
school I attended. Like he had this
I think they need to
notion that.
they need to it wasn't the notion.
But
It's not
at
a
the
notion.
end of the day,
Eh,
it was not what he thought. So he had to be the one to come and
come and say
apologize.
sorry.
That was when I
But
knew.
you see,
His experience with
is
few
it,
people from there.
is that
that was when I
school,
knew that he
that
hated
school,
me
I think
initially.
they should be talking to the students, especially the girls. Should be talking to them. And the school is located where there are rich people. You understand? There are rich people living in that school. So at a point they call that school poultry. Are you aware? Are you aware? It's
Yes,
a,
yes.
it's
I
English.
know when they call this Sodom and Gomorrah too.
I've never heard that.
I think I heard Sodom and Gomorrah. I didn't hear the other.
They call it poultry. That when you feel like eating chicken, just go and catch one. Because the people there depict a nature about the school that was not true about the school. They have nothing to do with the school. It's a communication school. It's a journalism school. It's a school where you learn about journalism, communication, and all that. But the people who went there, and you see, it's a mixed grill of individuals. You have people from different parts of this country coming in to study, maybe even neighboring countries. So you cannot generalize times. But the thing is that the students were overboard with their attitude. Any girl that looked wayward then, I don't know about now. When you ask, are you a student? Yeah, TV college. They were so proud of it. Joyce, I almost died when I lived with some of the like in the BQ of the house I rented one time. It was them. And you have to pass through their door to get to my own. Hassan is aware. He's saying Kai from there. Sometimes you come, they are naked sitting outside washing. Naked. They don't care. They will even greet you. They will not wear clothes. So I'm wondering, what kind of school does not have morality? I think that certain things can be done about when I moved out. Okay, they moved out before me because the person wanted to sell their house. Because me, I was willing to move out. I've seen more than before them. Okay, when they left, it was some boys that came from the same school. You that doesn't smoke, you will inhale equivalent of one packet of cigarette and India hem in a day. They practically lived on that. 2 a.m. they are smoking. There's nothing in their room but mattress, a radio, a stereo player, something they could listen to music, and then bunch of wheat. I never saw them cooking. These ones are boys. One day I came back, my security man told me that they fought. They are cultists. So one of them got a girl from another group. So they came to my gate and fought. I called the boy. I said, "You fought in my house." He said, "Oh, I'm sorry. I respect you a lot." I said, "You don't. If you do, you will not do this." So you see, when you just call a name, me, TV college, no. If I'm looking for something I can play with a hand, but not marriage. Even when they finish that school. Because, and it is in that school that I've seen something the most. People will go to TV college and study journalism, television production, and they will come out. They either want to be a makeup artist or something entirely not related to what they study. So why did you go to the school? Sometimes rave of the moment. When you hear that a school is bubbling, you just want to go there. Like in those days, UJ. When you say you are UJ, you are UJ. Are you serious? Yes, I'm a UJ.
I think I enjoy
even
the
if you
positive generalization of university that I attended.
they said they used to call, if a girl was beautiful in Jos, they used to call her UJ babe. In those days, they say, it's not a UJ babe. I have a girlfriend. That's good. Good for you. She's in UJ. You are lying.
Yeah, you did not reach.
You not reach until you meet the girl and you are like, are you UJ? Yeah, psychology. UJ, yes. Wow. Then you start respecting the boy. Why? Nothing. Because of UJ. So you see, people can just look at where you are coming from and describe you based on that place.
True.
There are universities today, when you graduate, they say this one did not go to any university.
Yes.
He just paid.
Yes,
And then because it's the
true.
culture of the lecturers there. There are some universities you go to, they say, you went to that university, the way you are like this and you graduated, because they know it's tough.
Of course.
So people even look for admission in this one that they can pay money and leave.
And it's because of this, all this like I said earlier on, for me, I think I've enjoyed positive generalization when it comes to the institution I attended. Like I've been to different states and they ask, where did you school? And you say, and people are looking at you, wow, like you mean you school here? And we even take that a step further. Where is somebody coming from? You're outside of your state and you're from this state, and people are like, wow, at some point you're from Jos. So there are still people in Jos, like because of the insecurity, the attack crisis, people just think that, oh, nobody's in Jos.
At a point, they think we are crossing dead bodies to go to church, cross dead bodies to come to work, cross dead bodies to everything we are doing. We are crossing dead bodies every day.
So they look at me like, you mean you're from Jos? I was in Bauchi and someone said, there are people in Jos?
Bauchi here.
Yes, so you mean there are people in Jos? That's at
So
the
it's
heat
supposed
of
to be
the,
an empty state.
yes, at the heat of at the heat of the crisis and all. You mean there are people in Jos? I said yes, there are. So you see, we keep painting pictures, maybe through the things we say, our posts, and how sometimes, like I said earlier, we can't take away the fact that environment has influence on people. But as the world evolves, things are dynamic, things are changing daily. You can't use what you know 10 years ago or 5 years ago to speak
judge what's happening
what
now.
is happening now. And of more concern to me is the girl child. We live in an environment where stereotype for the girl child is the order of the day. Like, we know that ladies are vulnerable or girls are vulnerable, and we have so stereotyped them to the point that they feel also that I'm just an object. Like, I'm just an object. That even when she doesn't dare to be different, she doesn't dare to do certain things. It was recently that I keep hearing, oh, women in tech, women in this, like, you can do it. You are not just created to be an object. A girl child is growing and she feels that even from the home front, your brothers are better than you. You are the, like,
Weaker version.
yes. So we use words to make them more vulnerable. Like, a story was told of a man that recently picked a girl. It was shared in a church. He picked a girl and then he said, oh, how much will I pay you for a night? And they agreed on 20,000. And then when he picked her, he slept with her, and then he according to her, he didn't feed her, nothing. And then the next day he was dropping her, and then he gave her 1,000 naira. And she said that generated like a fight between them, and she removed his car key. She held it, and they started struggling. He locked the car, or she locked the car. While they were inside, he locked the car, and they started struggling. So this man was just walking by, and he noticed something is happening, and he went closer. One of the window was down. What is it? And the girl was saying, Baba, like, this man carried me yesterday and we agreed on 20,000, and then he's giving me 1,000. And he said,
She's a woman in tech.
no, that's a different conversation. No, he just picked her.
She worked and they didn't pay her.
No, not like she worked. Okay, she's into the prostitution.
Okay.
And he picked her, and then they agreed on 20,000. And the next day when he was done, he gave her 1,000. So when the man was trying to ask her, they were struggling to the point that I think he injured her because she refused to remove the car keys from her hand. And he was like, he would kill her, like, inside the car. So the man was asking, when he told her, use your hand and open the door. So she did, and then she came out. So when he got talking to them, and the man said that it's not like he said he was not going to pay her, that his debt, is bashy. So the man was like, do you do this on debt? Like, and she said that was not the arrangement and all of that. And they, unfortunately for him, a police came and they took both of them to the police station. At the end of the day, she was out, and he was talking to the lady, like, how did you get to this point? How did you get to this point? Like, even from the home front, there are parents that objectify their girl child. Like, go out there. They buy clothes for their daughters that will make them go and sell their body out there. All you bring money. How can your daughter be in a high institution, be in school, and you're calling her to send you money? Like,
You should
a lot of stereotype. You hear talks about, oh, girls are foolish, girls are just object, girls are this, girls are that, and that has become inbuilt in a lot of ladies, that they feel, I can't be anything other than what the society have painted me.
I was a consultant in a radio station somewhere. There is a school close to it. The students come for internship. They come for IT, all these trainings and all of that. Some of them just mass communication. they have flair for the stuff, so they come to the radio station whenever they are free. They allow them to run some programs so that they can get experience. So my late friend, who was the manager then, I met him there because government gave me the contract. So one time I was just observing these girls, how they, because most of them are girls. Boys don't have time for things like that. Boys don't look for knowledge. It's girls that are inquisitive. Even in church, you see, it's girls that are trying to, women that are trying to know God. If you call for a program, you see more women than men. So these girls were up and about. So I met this girl from Plateau because once in a while I like to chat with them, find out what they want to do, who they want to become, and all that. This girl will always come to that radio station wearing the same clothes day in, day out. So one time I called her and then I said, "What's your name?" She now told me. I said, "I noticed you are inquisitive about everything. When we enter the TV side, you are always trying to know, and you are always writing, and you are all." So I said, "What's your interest?" She said, "Sir, you will not understand. You will not understand." I said, "But when you have time, I'll talk with you." Because I didn't have an office there. So we had it on one tree like that. We sit under the tree and discuss and sit and talk. So one day she came and she looked different. She wore something different. She was always repeating clothes. She was not dirty, but she was always repeating clothes. So she came one time on a Saturday. So we sat. She came with her roommate. So I said, maybe the roommate should. She said, no, her roommate knows her very well. She now said, "Sir, my father is a driver at the airport in Abuja. My mother does not work. She goes to my village in Plateau to farm with my father, and then they come back. So we don't have money. But my father said I should go to school, even if I'll be the only one. My younger brother is an addict. My older sister is an addict. And there are 3 of us. No, 4 of us. She has 2 brothers and 1 sister." She said that one is still small. The youngest is still small. She said, "Sir, I can't come here and waste time. I want to know something. I want to be a great person." He said, "Sir, you see, I have every reason to be a prostitute." "Sir, am I not fine?" I said, "You are." He said, "I have every reason." She said, "Hardly will you come to my hostel." That's, all these 20 rooms that people will build and lease to students. She said, "Hardly will you come during weekend and find anybody. Even my roommate, she'll travel, but I'm around. I'll sleep alone in that compound." Say, because, and they are not going home. They are going to meet one man that is saying come with 5 other people, and they are traveling. He said, "Sir, it's not like I don't like to enjoy you. I like to enjoy, but I cannot afford to do it now that I'm in school." Hey, I looked at her. She said, "Guess what, sir?" I said, "What?" She said her room is 50,000. So she brings 20. This girl brings 30, because the girl knows that she can never afford that 25. So it's 20 that her parents give her. Sometimes when she's coming back, they give her transport that will bring her to Kefi straight, nothing more. She walks from home to school. She walks back. They don't send her. She said that her father used to give her 12,000, and then she fetch food from the house. Say, "Sir, the way I manage this 12,000, if I tell you, you will not believe." I looked at this girl and I said, this year that we are in, there are girls that think like that. You see, I would have generalized, because seeing these other girls, sometimes they come to drop them at the radio station and come and pick them again, and it's not their parents. Sometimes while they are there, somebody will send a driver to bring food for some of them, and the driver will go back. she's seeing all of these things. Sometimes you see her eating with others. So I told her, I said, who are your parents? She now said her father is a driver at the airport, her mother is a farmer. So she packs grains from the house and they measure it for her. They also have to eat. So once in a while, I'll come to school, I'll give her 5,000, 3,000. I'll tell her I'm encouraging you. There was a day I gave her 10,000. She said she will not collect. He said, sir, this one is like you are spoiling me with money. The day you leave and I'm used to this life. I said, no, I'm supporting what you're doing. Just buy food and add to what you have. One day I saw her with a new shoe. She said it's not new. That is second hand she bought. And from the money I used to give her, she used to give her roommate 1,000, 1,500, so she was safe. I was looking at this girl. And then suddenly I lost touch because I stopped going. Government said to me that I'm no more consultant. They didn't write. And they stopped paying for a long time. So I stopped going. One day my phone rang. And I was reluctant. A Glow number kept calling. So I picked. And I asked who it was. Behold, it was her. She said, sir, when can I meet you? I said, where are you now? She said she's in Abuja, but she's calling me from Kaduna. When can I meet you? I said, okay, is this your number? Yes. Anytime I'm in Abuja, I'll call you. Guess what? She's receiving 550,000 naira monthly as salary. She works with an NGO. So they gave her a better job with a foreign organization. So she was talking to me, telling me that she's leaving the NGO in the next 3 months. She gave them notice. She's going to start working with this organization, and she's going to be traveling to at least 30 countries every year. How are your parents? She said they are fine. So she's the one doing everything at home now. She brings this. Her father is still a driver, her mother still, but they do it at a better level. So now she bought a car. Instead to buy a car for herself, she bought a car. The father is using it when he's not working to raise money. Lugbe to Area 1, like that. So life is easier for them. Look at the decision that girl took.
Truly.
Anytime I remember this girl, I still have her number. Sometimes when she puts a picture on status, you know that this one is not anyhow, is busy. Sometimes she will not upload anything till like 3 months before you see a picture. She's busy. Look at how decision she made is paying her off today. But it's the same school that people have said, if you meet anybody there, run away.
Truly.
True. It goes
You
a
have
long
to,
way.
it's a concerted effort that you have to make. That yes, I am working in this place that they have tagged people this way, but I have decided that me, I'll be different.
Yes.
That's
It
it.
simply shows that if people generalize you based on what you do and you accept what they say, then you're proving that what they are saying is right. So even if you're in the midst of hundreds of people and all of these people are known for this terrible thing and you single-handedly prove them wrong, then that is the best that you can do.
That is the best, because people who you be in that kind of position with, you have the options to do what they are doing,
Yes.
but you refuse.
Yes.
They see you as a fool.
Of course. Of course.
Why? Not because of anything, because of the things of this world. All of these perishable things. Now, when you were in the university, there were things that were raining and you had them. Do you still use them? Nothing rains more than a year now. Go and check. Yes, nothing rains more than a year. So why would you kill your life looking for something that does not rain for long? Why?
It's just important that people understand that whether we like it or not, people will keep generalizing.
Of course.
But dare not to accept what people say about you.
Of
I was in an
course.
occasion recently, and you were there as well. A young lady came out. It's normal when they say a lady dressing so well, like this one is a show, this one is a prostitute, and all of that. When this lady shared her story, in fact, when she's there introducing herself, I was telling her that it's okay, just say what you have to say now. Like the program was over, but the lady was, when she was called upon, when she started introducing, but at the end of it, I said, it was worth it. This
didn't look
lady,
like it.
a young lady, she started introducing herself. She's an accountant and also an auditor. In her story, she said that she works for 3 firms. She's auditing for them. She's one of the few forensic auditors in Nigeria. A young lady that is not even married yet. And she said a lot of people will see you as a young lady and just conclude. But she refused to accept that.
True.
That is not who she is. That is what people have assumed to
Mm.
be. And it will not make her reduce herself to what, oh, girls are object, girls are this. And you decide to objectify yourself. She was talking about how that, oh, she has 3 master's degrees. She has, but that's not even the catch. She has a PhD, but that is not even the catch. The third film that she's auditing for, they employed her without even seeing her CV.
According
Because she
to
has
her, without
built
her passport.
she without even her, she said they don't even have her passport. They just sent her message. They employed her to be there, and she gave them days that
She
she's
gave
going
her
to work.
terms.
She gave her own terms. Why? Because she built capacity.
Mm.
She built capacity. She said, no, what you are generalizing can never be me. So whether we like it or not, people will say things about where we come from, about our gender, about the things we do and all, but that is not the definition of who you are. So you must dare to be different. While I was in school, somebody said, this, where are you from? Plateau. Like Plateau people that don't know anything. I smile, I said, well, the end shall tell.
Says
Of
who?
course.
That
See,
is your
one of
own
the,
experience.
one of the most brilliant people I've met in this world is Plateau people. I'm being sincere right now, but you know what? I just praise them, but there's something. They always act local. That's the only problem. But a Plateau man, sit down and talk with a Plateau man, even if he's an illiterate. There are things to learn from. You know, I just don't believe that people will say in this part they don't go to school, like our Igbo brothers. They don't go to school. Yesterday I was watching somebody on Facebook. He was telling people how that he can cure hypertension and you can never have it again. He said this common headache you have. He's in the US. He sounds like them, but he's from Igbo. He's from the Igbo nation, and he even said his state and his Umahia. And he was saying all of these arthritis, all of these things. He said he can cure it with what he discovered from Nigeria. His research. He can cure it, and you will be cured forever. But you see, the Igbo people are known with selling spare parts, doing business, and all of that. Though they try now to get a diploma and all of that. There are people now that don't employ you. The biggest companies in the world, they don't employ you based on what you graduated with. Just your abilities. What can you do? Can you fix this? Yes, we are into the business of fixing this. Come and fix it. If you can fix 10, this is your salary. If you can fix 20, this is your salary. If you can fix 1,000, this is your salary. But this is what we do. Who has time to be asking you what you studied? It's only in Africa. I read something that a Chinese man said. I read it to you, right? He said in Africa, they make you believe that you must get a degree to, I'm paraphrasing now, you must get a degree to matter. When you get a degree, they tell you you need masters. Then you will be more superior than the person who has a degree. After that, they say you need a PhD. Once you have that, everybody will worship the ground you walk on. You get the PhD, and finally a secondary school dropout becomes your leader politically, and he tells you what to do. He was a Chinese man that said it. It was in a coat with his picture on it. So you see, we have to be deliberate about being different. You must be deliberate about being different. If people say, hey, people from this village is not me and you people don't used to give birth, you can decide otherwise. Look at that lady, she's still single. Only God knows the standards that she has set for the man that is coming to her life. And nobody is meeting up.
She said when they say they've employed her, she told them that I can't work from this day to that. This is the only day I'm available. And they said that's fine. That's fine. And that's how she went there and then signed the whatsoever.
And they were thanking her.
Yes,
You see the
really
thing about
appreciating her.
the thing about stereotype is, or generalization, as we phrased it for this show, it is just someone's thought, someone's picture, it's someone's judgment. It's not predicting or saying exactly who you are. It can't just because someone thinks that everybody who attends this institution is like this, then automatically I, who got an admission into the university or that school, I have to be that. No, it's not, because this person already says these people, you cannot marry from this side of the country. If you marry from this kind of the country, you will suffer. Funny enough, if you marry from your own side of the country, you might just suffer. So either way, it's not about what someone says, but about what you have decided to do for yourself. So as much as you don't want people to say things about you like that, then go ahead and not say it. But if you want people to judge you the same way you're judging them, then go ahead and judge them. It's just it's a tit for tat thing. And also, funny enough, interestingly rather, even if you decide not to do it, people will still do it, but that still doesn't matter because your life just continues. It's about you. You're just supposed to live your life with love for your neighbor. And if you love your neighbor, if you are really, and I want to bring this to Bible context right now. If you are really your neighbor's keeper, if you love your neighbor as you are commanded to do so, you would not just look at someone and say, because this person is this tribe, then automatically this person has a very terrible temper. No, you would also give this person a benefit of doubt. You would relate with this person as a fellow human being with worth. It's because we have killed the worth that people have in our eyes. That's why we look at them with disdain and certain stereotypes. It's because you have reduced someone from this part of the country to nothing that you can look at the person and say, oh, you people speak this kind of English. No, you people actually go to school or things like that. I've heard those kind of saying that. I've personally met one who asked me, where are you from? And after I told him, he said, no, that's not possible. And I'm like, why is it not possible? He's like, it can't be possible because people from your part of the country don't talk like this and they
Did you lie
don't
about
behave
where
like
you come
this.
from? You told him you are from a different state other than the state you are from.
No,
The person is not Nigerian. He's not aware that
I don't.
he didn't get the memo.
He did not get
Packaging.
the memo.
Maybe he was thinking you said plateau.
Package. All these things are packaged.
I've also heard someone saying, okay, so you went to this institution. Like, yes. How exactly did you come out the way you came out? How exactly did you not behave like they did
I've had that
or they
question.
do? And one personally said, you don't behave like this school. And I'm wondering, is it that because I attended this school, I'm no longer unique? I am my own person. I'm a unique person. I have my ideologies. I have my rights. I have what I want to do in life. I have what I want to accomplish. I have my goals. I have my perception. I have everything for me. So why do you expect me to behave like Jemima just because we attended the same school?
You know, there are people that go there with all the goals, with all the principles and values, but they go and dash it out.
That's
like
true.
That
That's
was
true.
why earlier I was talking about the influence of the environment that you are.
That's
A
true.
lot of people, in fact, at some points in the university, some people have different box that they come to school with, and the ones they go back with. What they wear in school is different from what, that was not how they were trained. That was not how they were brought up. That's not how they were raised in their family. But they came to school and then they found out, oh, like this is a norm. If you're not doing it, you have not
You are missing
arrived.
out.
So let me just join. And that is why people will always say, are you sure you graduated from this place? Are you sure you're from this place?
You don't behave like that.
You
don't
went
look
to
like that.
FGGC and you are like this because it is always expected that because you come from a girls' school, this is the lifestyle that you should live. But refuse anybody's definition of you.
Exactly.
That is
Use
why.
any
That is why the
stereotype.
topic we treated yesterday is important. When you leave the house saying that I am a child of God, I'm going to that university, I'll be a beacon in every situation, and I'll be a trademark. People will point at me and say that this is the kind of person I want to become. With all of this morality that you have, with all of these thoughts, with all of these decisions that you have made, you need to be persistent in making sure this is who you will graduate to. You will graduate to be that same person.
Exactly.
You see, sometimes when people say dressing and all that, I don't used to have problem with that. Just because you are dressed this way does not mean you are like that. Don't generalize as well. There are people that because the place is hot, you can decide to wear some skimpy things because the place is hot, but it doesn't mean that you are also skimpy in nature. You know, it doesn't mean that way because we like to just, even in areas where we grew, neighborhoods, people will be like, this girl will become a prostitute from what she likes wearing. And today she's the one that is married to a
Mm.
pastor and he's calm.
Mm.
And then their own daughters that were tying,
True.
covering their feet, they have become what? I'm not saying that you should start going learning. No, start learning something. I'm just saying that this thing is within the heart. It's all buried in the heart. You can dress like a harlot and hate everything that has to do with harlotry.
True.
Somebody warned me about my English on today's live. Say, Uncle T, they will think you are serious, so you better start speaking good English. I said, what do you mean? She said, no, people think you are serious. I said, no, if they think that I'm serious, then they are the ones that something is wrong with, not me. Something is wrong with their
Maybe
own
where you're
English.
coming from. Sorry.
Wow.
I was just joking.
And
So,
yeah, I was
Jamima
thinking
and
we are
Prudence, like I was saying,
Chinese.
No, I was talking maybe where you, maybe where you're coming from influenced you.
But if you look at it of a truth, there are people that cannot stop being focused. Regardless. When you walk into a place, they should school you at least a little about the environment you are going to find yourself. Because before long, if you are not careful, you will become the environment that you dwell in.
True.
But you are supposed to take a different environment to that ungodly environment. And you have to be prayerful as a child of God, especially in school. Because the temptation to resist what people do, the flesh alone cannot do it. You need the help of the Holy Spirit. Because
Honestly.
imagine if you count 100 girls, 98 of them they resemble. They are alike. They believe the same thing. I will not be. This is the only time I have to flex. So blah blah blah. I told you a story of a lady. The mother will swear that this girl, even if you buy her trouser, that's how, as new as it is, that's how it will be till she gives it out. One day they told her, they said, go and check. Oh. Go to the university. You see, she said he's not her daughter. And lo and behold, she disturbed the husband. They went. By neighbors. And they went. They saw the girl. Before she could change, it was late. They saw her already. They said, so this life that you are living at home, what happened? She said this life that she's living in school is her real life. The one she's doing at home is for them to be pleased. Is it about your parents or is it about God?
Huh.
You understand? There are certain things that people don't, you are not even old enough to practice that lifestyle. Because age helps. You can be in that circle and you can be able to discern certain things by just being an adult. But as a young person, look at the children that are going to university now. At what age? I know a medical doctor, she's 21. They were even scared of letting her come for service. Service. Because she was young. Now, if you check, boys that are 12, 13, they are in SS3. If not because of the policy that says you have to be 18 to write JAM. You understand? If not because of that policy. At 14, you are in your 100 level in the university. At 15, 16, 17, 18. By 18, 19, you have graduated. 20, you have finished serving. 20 years. When Joyce was 20, she was in JS2. Look at her now. She's about to go to the university.
That Joyce, pa.
It's not my Joyce, so.
But you see, of a truth, you cannot see people and assume or guess from the look of things this person will be attitudinal.
Yeah.
No, you can't. If it's by that, I would have been slapping Joyce every day. Do you notice that Joyce carries impressionless face? You don't know she's happy or she's sad. You people are just seeing her on TV. That's why. After the show, we'll snap her face and send it to the same Facebook page of Equa Television. Let people judge for themselves.
And you want to put my face on this screen. Like
Thank you so much for watching today's live on Equa Television. This is how much we have. The total package. Prudence, Jemima, Joyce Jakada, Tony J. Nakale. Thank you so much for staying tuned. Equa Executive, we are grateful for the opportunity you've given us to do this show. And MCR, camera, Victor, editor, cast, crew, everybody, we are grateful. Keep supporting Equa Television International. We'll soon be back on satellite. Believe me, we'll soon be back on satellite. God bless you. Stay out of trouble. Be kind to one another. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. We have Miss Solo on the show today. See you tomorrow at 11 a.m. Bye-bye.